guys, welcome back to the tribe.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
So today we're actually going to jump into the topic of how people deal with long distance relationships.
Yes, long distance relationships. Many people deal with it. It's not an easy thing, but we're going to dive right into it.
But before we jump into it, our affirmation of the day is...
Our affirmation of the day is, there is no one that can stop me but me.
There is no one that can stop me but me.
That's right. And we say this throughout the day to reprogram the subconscious mind. Let's go. For long distance relationships, me and Zoni have direct experience with a long distance relationship. She lived in Miami. I lived in New York. I came to visit her. We had our love moment and we decided to jump right in. But we knew that it would be a long distance relationship. I still live in New York. She lived in Miami. So we decided to just jump in and do it. But trust, love, honesty, intentions, and integrity all played a part in our reality. She made me feel safe. I made her feel safe. And that's not always the case with a lot of these long distance relationships.
Yeah, I mean, and when it came to us, you came out there, started with me trying to learn about NFTs and cryptocurrency.
Right.
And, those couple of days, it really showed me the rest of my life. And I realized in that moment, I didn't want to be with anybody else. I didn't want to entertain anybody else. And we just made that agreement and we allowed it to happen where we're at 3 years, going on 3 years later. It didn't matter where we were. We always tried to include each other into the process of whatever it is that we were doing.
Right.
And I think because of that, that's what built a very strong bond between us. So segue. The word of the day is serendipity.
Serendipity.
Serendipity means luck and
finding luck without looking for it.
Exactly. So I would say, or I guess we could say, our relationship is serendipity.
Yeah.
The way that it manifests.
Yeah, most definitely. Our relationship was for sure a serendipitous one. For me especially, or for her especially, because she wasn't really looking. She was just chilling. And I had an intention to court her. So she was very serendipitous in her way.
When it comes to long distance relationships, there's so many different things, right? So the pros of a long distance relationship is having space in between, giving time and allowing the person to really do self-reflection, really work on themselves. When it comes to the negatives of a long distance relationship, it could be distractions, it could be texting other people, really an effect on your self-esteem. So there are different things that go into a long distance relationship that can be very challenging. But again, it could be very positive depending on your outcome and depending on how you actually look at it.
Yeah. Depending on what your intentions are with the person and how you really feel about them, that'll determine whether the relationship is going to be good anyway. If you had the intention to potentially be together, then you're obviously going to make it happen. But if you're playing the fence and you don't really want to leave your comfort zone, and that person doesn't want to leave their comfort zone, which is understandable, the relationship is not going to work. And honesty is obviously the best possible. But when it comes to some of the negatives of it, it's obviously loneliness. Obviously overthinking. Like overthinking is one of the huge things. Fortunately enough, with our relationship, I felt completely comfortable. She made me feel comfortable. When I went out there, she lived in Miami, I lived in New York. When I went out there and I visited, we rocked out for a couple of days. From then on, I knew in myself that this is somebody that I wanted no matter how far away I was.
Right.
So within I knew, but how could I have that comfort within her? Well, she made me comfortable. She made sure she was texting me, made sure she was calling me. She gave me her passwords and all these things that you wouldn't expect someone to do. And I kind of felt it when I was with her that she wore her heart on her sleeve just like I do. And I just trust this person. And I know it's not easy to do, especially like she said with the distractions, not even just other women or men, but just our friends and family who are like, kind of like, whoa, like you shouldn't be in this type of relationship because you can't trust this person. She's in Miami, he's in New York or whatever the case is. So those are some of the things that can really hit you when you're in a long distance relationship.
Right.
Yeah, not falling into old habits as well. We're used to being single. If you're used to being single, especially with someone that you're dating and they're far away, don't fall into old habits. You don't need to be going to the bar all the time. You need to be doing the same things that you were doing. Kind of get into the mode of like, I'm with this person as if this person's here. Thinking of the person within especially if your intent is to really be with them. Now, if your intention is not to really be with this person, they need to be honest and just tell them the truth. But if you really want this to work, act as if the person's around you. Act as if they're there, as if they can hear you. and they can see you. And I think you're farewell. I think a pro for sure is like you said, is having that space to reflect on yourself, having that space to reflect on whether or not this is something for me without the person being there. Definitely having a plan to come together. That's the biggest thing. Because if you don't have a plan to come together, then you guys are both just in your minds of, is this going to work? Should this work? Or whatever the case is. Plan it out and make it happen. If you really love this person, let them know. Let them know that that you want to make a plan to do this. And your intentions will bring you ultimately to that manifestation.
Yeah, reassurance really matters. Being able to say, hey, this is my partner, this is the person I'm going to spend the rest of my life with. I'm letting you know, you're letting me know, and we're checking in. Doing those check-ins is going to be extremely crucial because it's going to allow you to be able to say, okay, I was able to reach out to this person was able to reach out to me. We have a certain type of support system, and now there's a balance.
Okay.
Phrases. So phrases for today is, the first phrase is a Spanish phrase. It is, adiós, te veo pronto.
Adiós, te veo pronto.
Yes, so adiós, te veo pronto.
Adiós, te veo pronto.
Perfect. That means bye, see you soon. And then in Portuguese, this one's always tricky. Tchau, vejo, você em breve.
Tchau, vejo, você em breve.
So, tchau, vejo, você em breve. So, tchau, vejo você em breve.
Tchau, vejo você em breve.
You're working on it.
I'm working on it.
And that also means bye, see you soon.
Bye, see you soon. Well.
Thank you guys so much for subscribing to our channel. We really appreciate the suggestions in the comments that you leave down below. We'll see you tomorrow and stay tuned.